Right, but I believe they can. So hello, everybody. This is Vikas. I'm the project head of the Digital Loop Accelerator. It has three mission statements that we are currently chasing, and we are taking them very, very seriously. One of them is to create entrepreneurship. Second one is to create awareness in about circular economy in Albania among the youth, especially the third one for which this webinar number 4 is organized specifically, is to get the diaspora involved. So the Albanian diaspora who's living abroad, we want to give them a chance to come back, not really literally like come back immediately, but come back to something meaningful, which creates impact in the country. It is satisfying for them personally, because that will be an entrepreneurship to create meaningful employment back home. And so that one day when the business starts growing, they can actually consider maybe moving back. So this is an option for the diaspora members to actually participate without having an original idea. They can take some ideas, and Viljami is with us to share one of the ideas that are, I'm not saying Viljami has a standard idea, but we can take inspiration from his idea and create those one successful startup. You'll listen very, very soon how Viljami and his other co-founders have succeeded in creating quite a startup success, which is also bringing about social impact. So how do you do that? So how do you emulate Viljami's success or the success of the other people that I will be introducing soon through by way of the presentation? How do you do that? We will find out more. So just a few rules of the game before I introduce Viljami. One is that if you have a question when Viljami or I am speaking, just type in the comment section. You will have a comment chat. In the chat section, you can actually write the questions. If I cannot see other participants, so I believe you cannot raise a hand, but you can write your questions and I will moderate those questions. I will read it out aloud and give Viljami a chance to answer. Once Viljami finishes his presentation and all the questions and answers, then I will come over and talk more about the Digital Loop Accelerator and the circular economy and so on. So Viljami is the co-founder of a startup called Prenew, which fits very neatly into our digital loop concept. We call it a digital loop number 5 in the category that Prenew falls, which is refurbishing electronic items, refurbishing and selling it as new. So buying from one source and then reselling after refurbishing. So Viljami will talk about Prenew and how exactly he built the startup. He'll give some demo, and over to you, Viljami.
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Vikas, for having me. It still feels like we are in the beginning, even though we've gotten some traction already. And I don't know, I kind of have this imposter syndrome being here as a kind of a role model in a sense to somebody, and I hope that I can really inspire somebody to build something in the space. Yeah, I'll firstly maybe introduce myself and what Prenew does, and then I'll give you guys a quick demo on how the things we have built works in our website and what's our concept and so forth. So maybe first shortly about what Prenew does. I'll actually share our landing page as kind of a graphic here, just like this. I think you guys can see it now. Yeah, perfect. So Prenew is the smart way to buy and sell gaming computers, and what that means is that we get used gaming computers and we actually get those from consumers, as because we're talking about gaming computers. There are really no like large enterprises who own a lot of gaming computers. So all the used gaming computers are really, they're in consumers' hands. So that's where we are. We are buying them all from consumers. We get them here into our own office. We have our own operations. where we refurbish them, clean them, make them new again, make them work, make them perform as good as new, because we're talking about computational hardware and that really doesn't degrade over time. So actually buying from Prenew is as good as buying new. And then we sell them onwards on our website. We have an e-commerce store, so we try to make that flow like really seamless to the customer in both selling and purchasing. And maybe a little bit about me. I'm actually quite young of a founder. I'm turning 22 in a few days, and recent university dropout. I studied in Aalto University. I'm from Finland, living in the Helsinki region right now, and I studied in Aalto University, which is the technical university here in Helsinki. I studied industrial engineering, and in Finland there's like a lot of startup hype in that study background, and I got involved with the startup community to here in Helsinki, and started getting some startup ideas with a lot of brilliant people. And then how we got started, we actually got into a startup accelerator here in Helsinki, and that's where we kicked things off last year in June 2024. So we've been in business for a year, and we are right now selling in 3 countries: Finland, Sweden, and Germany, and turning over around 100,000 euros per month. We just recently raised our first funding round, so we've been bootstrapped pretty much until this point. But now we saw like that we have a great opportunity to take some investor money, hop onto the startup track, and to really start scaling the business. But yeah, I'd maybe at first like to show you how our product works. And we are here on our Finnish landing page that I've translated with Google Translate to English, so you guys can maybe understand a little bit. But here we have the option to start buying and selling. You can immediately see our products here. And maybe if we first take a look of the buying side, where the people buy from us. So I just clicked on the buy side, and here we have our web store where we currently have all of our computers listed, and we list them here individually. And when somebody goes out in any of the 3 countries, the computer is the inventory is synced between the stores. So it works in a smart way that okay, when the product is sold, it's removed from here. So it's kind of like a really dynamic way of selling, and we have a lot of people following our site on a day-to-day basis, and they follow all the different computers coming in and out, and how the prices change, and then we hope that once in a while they'll actually like get a computer from us. But essentially we work in like every single e-commerce store you're ever browsed. We try to have this fresh design to really like emphasize the fact that the computers we are selling are as good as new, and they're like really fresh. It's really fresh for buying from us because we have cleaned them to be in this mint condition, and they will look and feel like new products. And maybe one thing that we are really focusing on as kind of a startup in the tech scene, we think that it's really important for us to be able to offer like something extra on top of the products we provide. So one example of like an extra thing we provide for our customers is that on each of the product pages we have actually this FPS calculator, where the customer can like actually see how well does this exact machine perform, and you can choose between different games, and we will calculate these ranges for you, and it makes it like really easy for the end customer to look at the different computers, because we have a lot of those because they're listed like one by one. So we try to make it really easy for our customer to decide between the models. And these kinds of, I'd say, digital uh, upgrades we try to do is something that we try to differentiate ourselves from other people that are doing the same. Maybe hopping onto the selling side, because that's where we really are quite unique. There's actually nobody in the whole Western world doing this. At least we haven't found anybody that does it at this scale. And here I'm clicking on the sell, and we can maybe straight hop into our computer calculator. And this is actually something that we created, like we created an MVP of the calculator on the very first week of the startup accelerator in June 2024. Me and my co-founder, neither of us had any technical experience, really. I'd taken a few courses in university about programming, but we had really no experience. But with the help of AI, which is really good in helping in these kinds of situations, and figuring out good frameworks to build the website and the calculator logic around, we actually managed to do it in quite a short time. Uh, and the calculator has stayed the same pretty much during the whole journey. So hopping on maybe a bit deeper on how this works, we are talking about gaming computers, which are they have different parts that are interchangeable. So they are modular by nature. So this is why we have to ask so many different things about the device. So in a gaming computer, the most important things are the processors. We have listed them all here, and let's see. Let's pick one. We have the processor. We have the graphics card. These are the two computational units that are like the most important for a gaming computer, and I'm just picking some options so we can take a look on how we have established the selling experience here on our website. Let's say we have 1 TB of SSD, and we have normal casing for the computer. This has like the calculator has some like qualitative and quantitative fields. The different parts are you kind of either have them on your, or you don't. But then when we're talking about okay, what kind of casing does it have? What's actually the condition? These are like up to perception on what does the customer think and so on. So there are sometimes disagreements between us and the customers, but we've figured out the way to handle those situations too. So
May I interrupt you, Viljami? I'm so
yeah,
sorry, but
sure.
just to clarify on behalf of the audience also, so this page actually, this what you're demoing right now is selling computers on the platform to customers. So they are buying, the customer is buying.
No. First of all, we are selling right now a computer. We
Selling
are
computer,
Yeah, we are
not buying.
figuring out.
And yes,
I own a gaming computer, and I want to know
yes,
its value.
yes.
And
So the consumer is in a way customizing their ideal product. What kind of processor, what kind of video card, etc. And
and
you will customize.
no, we are a person that wants to sell their computer.
So Prenew on this page is buying. On
Yeah,
this page,
we are
Prenew is
we are buying.
buying the
Yeah.
computer. Okay.
Yeah, so in this scenario, I'm the computer owner that wants to sell my old computer, and of course have the option on going on these peer-to-peer sites such as Facebook Marketplace, and I'm sure that there's one for each country. I don't know about Albania specifically what's the platform there, but I either have the option to go there or then we try to maybe come in as the second option on getting the experience even easier than in
So
Facebook
all these fields are details that the customer should know about their existing computer.
Yeah,
They should
exactly.
know.
Yeah,
Okay, got it.
gamers usually as kind of a customer base know their hardware pretty well. They know the graphics card and processor, and they kind of like to compare the different specs. They're technical in that sense. And also these parts are easily found on the operating system. We have good instructions here. The translation uh, does a little bit weird things here, but we have clear instructions on where you can find these exact parts on your computer. And then when you have your parts, it's very easy to just fill all the stuff in here. And these are kind of the minimum parameters that we can use to define like an accurate price of the customer's computer, like taking all important things into account. We can offer a reasonable price to the computer. And here now, if we actually move ahead and go estimate the price, this will load up our calculator and go through our algorithm. And now we have an offer for our computer. And here, like an important thing we've noticed here at Prenew is that we want to make the process of selling the computer extremely easy, because that's how we will, I guess, compete with the other traditional platforms. And here, actually, one of the first steps we took into that was creating this Prenew shipping package that you can choose here as your shipping option, and we will actually send you a cardboard box which has like all the padding, all the cushioning, and the shipping label ready. So you just get the empty box, and then you put your old computer in there, tape it up, and slap the ready-made shipping label on, and then it will arrive at our office. And yeah, so we offer a couple of different delivery options to the end customer, and then the computer will arrive here. And maybe going into a little bit deeper on what we do once the computer arrives here is that we first of all test it. We've developed our own internal testing system, which is based in the Linux operating system. So we have kind of our own advanced tools of testing the computers, and that's something we've kind of developed over time. Really, at first we started with kind of a custom Windows type of testing disk, but when we have kind of moved forward, we've noticed like small places that we can improve, and then it was just about finding the right developer who would work for us. And these computers really excite a lot of tech people, so getting kind of a good talent to work for us has been relatively easy. And so now we have our own ways of testing the computers. That will take us only around 20 minutes, that everything is tested, everything is wiped digitally, and then we will just clean the computers, and we will take pictures, upload them to our store, and package it, and then they're ready to go. So that's what also happens here in our part. So essentially, we have kind of a simple business model in a way. We buy computers and we sell computers, and we try to do as few steps in between as possible. But the important thing is that we really serve both customers really well, because we found that for the maximum growth speed, we have to really please our customers and make everything as easy and as convenient as possible. And that's like a really big selling point for us. So we focus really hard on that over the last half year maybe. And that's been like really driving our growth. Yeah. I could maybe I don't know, stop here for a second. I could maybe share a little bit about how we got started as that was kind of the point with the startup accelerator on your part. But if there's any questions about like how our business works or about our product, I would maybe be able to answer a few questions right now.
Could you also, before that, say, do you have a means of certification? Like, do you certify that, yes, this is in as good as new condition, or do you actually get it certified from the brand, the original brand of the gaming computer?
Uh, are we talking right now about the performance?
No, yes, performance or the condition of the computer, like
Yeah,
certification that, okay, yes, this brand is as good as new, or like
yeah,
90%
yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
performance.
I understand what you're talking about. We do not have any outside certification at the moment, and that's not the direction that we are going for. But maybe the thought process behind us is that we want to grow our brand to be a really trusted brand in the Nordics, and we're also in Germany right now. So we try to do things well and be really transparent about our products. And then, in a sense, we become the certificator. And because we are selling it and we say it's like new, people will believe that because we have this trusted brand already in the Nordics.
Great, thank you. If you allow me, before you talk about your initial few years or initial few months, one more question, please. So how, if you could reflect on two numbers. So your warehousing space, like how big is your warehouse where you keep all these computers, and how big is your team that fixes it, that certifies it, not certify, but tests it?
Yeah,
What is the size of that team? Like these two
yeah,
things.
yeah, sure. About our office space, we are still here located in one office. We are around maybe 20 kilometers from the Helsinki city center in Espoo. And right now we have around 150 square meters in total, which includes we have an office space, meeting room, and then the rest is reserved for kind of the operations. So there's maybe I'd say around 100 square meters at the moment for testing and warehousing the products. And about that is kind of getting a little bit tight as we've had good growth over the past few months, and we're maybe looking to move into a bigger one quite soon. Maybe hopping on to the second question about the team. Currently, we have three people working full time and additional three people working on and off. So I'd say like 4.25 full time equivalent working on the operation, inspecting the computers. And we've calculated that it takes around 2 hours at the moment for our operations to process an average computer, but that includes all customer support and logistics and everything else that happens here. And yeah, we will be able to uh, have this team for I don't know a few weeks more, and then we will need to hire more into our team. But still keeping the team quite small, we try to maybe do more efficiency and less just growing the team, and we see that as kind of the sustainable way to grow. Anything else like questions about
Not from me.
the
Thank you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, all right. Well, next up, I could maybe share a bit how we got started about like the very first steps. So here we have to go back to my university years. I was studying in Aalto, and I had one friend from actually primary school, and we were in these startup ecosystems events, and then we heard about this one startup accelerator here in Helsinki called Ignite, and then we thought that like this would be like really cool. Like the premise there was that as a student you can instead of working at the corporate job in the summer, you start your own startup and you get some money so you can pay your rent, and you get support from these coaches, and you have like this community around you that will boost you. So we thought that this would be really cool. A really cool thing to do in the next summer, and so we kind of thought about different kinds of ideas for some time, and we actually started at first testing the idea of Prenew, and before the accelerator at the application phase, we made this little test. We created a very basic website that worked as an MVP, which had just one form that was kind of, if you want to sell your computer, please type in the parts here, and we will get back to you in 1 hour. And then we took that page and we took the URL and we made a few Facebook ads, and or meta ads. We ran those in Instagram and Facebook, and we used I think like 25 euros to run the ads. Got some people on our website, and we actually got quite a few people to submit the form, give us some parts, and we actually sent them a quote on what we could buy. So we just had a form. We did not have any fancy calculator, no fancy algorithms for pricing. My co-founder actually knows a lot about computers. I myself am not as knowledgeable about the gaming computers or the pricing, so having my co-founder there really helped me, so we could make these first few steps. And alongside making kind of this smoke test for our idea, we actually went to the Helsinki Metro, and we took some like a large canister of coffee and reuse single-use cups, and we were asking people, do you want coffee in the subway? And a lot of people said yes, and then we just asked a few questions about how they view used hardware, like electronic hardware. What's their thoughts about like buying new versus buying used, and a lot of people said that there are like risks from buying Facebook Marketplace, and in Finland, in the Nordics, there's this company called Swappy. It's quite big all over Europe already, but it's like Swappy is like Finland is its largest market, like relatively compared to the size, because Swappy is from Helsinki also. So a lot of people were thinking about, oh, I buy my phone from Swappy because it makes sense, because it's a good deal, and I'm saving a lot of money and getting still a good product, and we found that to be like really validating for our idea, and we did that in February 2024, and the accelerator started in June, and that's when we made MVP 2.0. We made the calculator, and we started running ads again, and getting slowly some customers on our side. And first we started getting like some support tickets, like maybe questioning a little bit about our scrappy website, and is this like legit, and will you actually pay this price, and how will this thing work? And the first deals were made in the accelerator parking lot, where somebody came in and gave a computer to us, and we inspected it, and we paid the guy in time, and he was like really happy. He made actually a bunch of good reviews for us, as wrote like a Reddit post, I believe, which gave us like another boost, and we slowly started building up more and more customers, and we started doing TikTok ads. Gamers who buy from us are generally quite young. They're young males. Maybe if we think about our product ranges for used computers, they can be actually quite expensive. As you can see, we are offering 1,000 euros for this computer right here, and we will sell that for even more. So like maybe like younger people, like still underage people, can really afford this. So there's like maybe people in their 20s who do gaming as a hobby. They're buying this, usually young males. And then on the cheaper side, there's usually like younger people getting their first computer, trying to get into gaming. And a funny thing is that we get a lot of like women's names also in our customers, and we've called them, and they say that, oh, I bought this for my kid. So that's also like an important thing for us, that we have taken a note in our marketing efforts. But we recognize that we have young customers, so we actually started doing TikToks ourselves. Me and my co-founder, we tried to show that this is our product, this is what we do. Go test our calculator, it's cool. And we started posting, I'd say maybe 3 videos a week, and we already had like a little bit of revenue from the first computers we sold. So we were able to kind of invest in marketing, get more people to our site, get more people interested, and we kept just pushing our videos there, and that's how we grew for the first 4 months, and then we started diversifying our marketing even more. But TikTok was the thing that really launched Prenew to like the first 100,000 euros of revenue that we did in since the beginning of the Accelerator to the end of the year. And that was all from the TikToks me and my co-founder Roope made. So after that, after getting our foot in the door, getting our first 100,000 euros of revenue, me and Roope kind of dropped out of university, and we started doing Prenew full force, and really focusing on diversifying the marketing, improving the product, making sure that all our customers are happy. And yeah, we've been having like steady growth over the past since, I don't know, January. And we first launched Sweden in April. We kind of just copied our site, made everything in Swedish, hired a Swedish influencer to do the videos, and started promoting the videos in TikTok in the same way. That actually went really well. It started bringing in revenue kind of instantly. So we also launched Germany in the beginning of June. There's been some difficulties. It's quite different from the Nordic markets that we're working with. So there's been some difficulties, but during the last few weeks, we've finally cracked it, and now we're getting sellers from Germany also. And during the summer, we did some fundraising, and last month we locked in our first angel round from the investors, and now we are really focusing on getting a lot of computers, and to being able to kind of sell them fast during the last 2 months of the year, because on November and December, third of the whole year's gaming computers are sold because of the holidays. So we are really focused on that. And after we have validated that we can sell a lot during holiday months, we'll have some good numbers under our belt, and we are looking to open a new funding round in kind of January to really start launching in Central Europe. So in short, that's our story. And if there's any questions about how we got started, I'd love to answer.
Thank you, Viljami. As you know, while we are waiting, so I will urge people joining this webinar to ask their questions. Please
Yeah.
type in the chat window, and I will take them one by one. Viljami, if while people are writing their questions, I will take up one question, a very basic one. So, do you calculate your revenue as the sale price minus buy price? I mean, the total money that has outflowed minus, I mean, inflow minus outflow, or how do you calculate the revenue?
Yeah, it's for us, it's the most important metric right now is kind of the very top line. because our kind of margins are changing a lot depending on the computer, because the price ranges vary so much. But still, we make kind of a fixed percentage from the top line as kind of operational profit. So the more important KPI for us is the GMV, so like total sales. So we use that in our
Got it. So not taking into account the money you paid to buy the used computers, just the top line. That's revenues. So got it.
top line is where, yeah.
The next question, I still don't see any questions from the audience. So the next question is, how much money did you have in hand when you started, when you started buying your first set of computers? How much money did you start with?
Yeah. Thing is,
Because it
we
takes
did.
some investment, to
Yeah,
buy, let's
yeah,
say,
it
five
was a
computers.
little bit, but me and Rob, we were both students at the time, having little to no money, some savings. But essentially, what we did was that we went and found really good deals on like Facebook Marketplace, and we bought those as inventory. We just had I don't know, 5 computers. We maybe I think me and Robbie both put like 1,500 euros, and we knew that it was really safe because Robe knew this market like the back of his hand, and he said that okay, if we buy these, we can sell them for a profit even if our business kind of fails. So it was maybe I don't know, 2,000 euros is the money that we got started with, and we didn't like risk almost any of it in the beginning. All the money we used to pay ads was kind of from the profits, and we recorded the ads ourselves, so that didn't cost anything. So like very little capital in the beginning.
This is impressive. So when did you actually make 100K? When did you reach the milestone? After how much time? Like from the start?
Yeah, it was actually quite funny in the Accelerator. There was this prize for the first one who breaks 100K in sales, and it was a bottle of champagne, and we actually broke it on New Year's Eve, and so we started in like 1st of July, sorry, 1st of June, and we broke it 6 months later. On New Year's Eve, we were enjoying the champagne with my co-founder.
6 months to reach 100K.
Yeah.
Impressive. Absolutely impressive. I still don't see any questions. I'm hoping everything is all right. I'm hoping, or maybe I'm hoping that people can type in the questions, and they're not prevented, because I don't see a separate Q&A. Q&A, maybe it's there, it's not. I'm not sure whether they can or they cannot. But if there is something wrong with the Zoom, then please send your questions, and I will get it answered. So Viljami, I don't see, maybe they are there are ways that I cannot see them, or because we are using a different kind of Zoom this time as compared to last time. So there is no Q&A section. There is only the chat window.
Mm.
And I am hoping that people can use it. I'm not even sure that whether everybody can use this, like they can type in their questions in the chat window or not. I'm not sure, but I'm hoping they can. But if you can't, like, to the audience, if you can't, please send your questions across. I will try my best to get it answered from Viljami, if you have time, Viljami. Next week, tomorrow onwards, you're on vacation, aren't you?
Me, yeah, actually on Saturday morning, uh, I'll be leaving
Fine.
for my summer holidays as I spent my summer fundraising. So I'll be taking
Got it.
1 week,
Got it. Fantastic.
less that.
So yes, I got my first question from Lorena, who's saying, are documents in Albanian language eligible? So this is not for you, Viljami, but I will answer that question later. So the audience can indeed send us questions. So it's not like they are being prevented. I'll wait for one more minute and then maybe then we'll end this case study, which is really enlightening for us. I think I've asked all my questions. I'm just looking at my notebook. Any lessons or challenges specific to this electronic industry that you want people to be careful about?
Any challenges with the electronics?
Any challenges that you faced?
I'm thinking if because maybe if we are selling electronics, that means there's kind of a lot of moving pieces. There's like complicated hardware and complicated software, and the interaction is quite complicated sometimes, and that means like the average customer maybe doesn't know the product that well. So that means that we have to do like a really good job on our end to make sure that the product really works, and there's really kind of no way that the customer can break it. And that's maybe what I've learned in electronics, like have to be kind of foolproof for the average customer.
So the question that Yonela is asking is, when did you register? When did you register the company officially? I mean, after launching, between launching, actually, you know, from the Facebook marketplace you were using to actually launching it. Was it too much?
Yeah, actually, me and my co-founder had a different idea previously. So we already had like a company set up. So we kind of started using that at the start because we had that. But many people from our Accelerator kind of incorporated kind of after they already had revenue, as like, I don't know, the less important thing is to worry about bureaucracy than to
Correct.
like actually create value and serve your customers, and that's like not the main point.
Correct. So the next question is from Lorena, and who are your competitors? So I believe that Swappy you mentioned, but they're into iPhones, and I will
Yeah,
let you
yeah,
answer.
there's
So
kind
you
of
found a niche
yeah,
which is
we
other
are
people
really
are
in
not
our
doing.
own gaming niche, so there's really nobody doing the same stuff as we are. So our competitors are maybe companies. There's this one called Nuvo, which operates in the Nordics and in Germany also. And what they do is they buy from these big leasing companies who are leasing office computers to big corporations. And then after the leases end, Nuvo buys the off-leased computers. And then they have a lot of these office computers, and they put in a graphics card, and then they call it a gaming computer. But the issue there is that they look like these big black boxes, and gamers essentially do not like big black boxes. They want cool looking computers for themselves. So that's kind of one company who's doing refurbished gaming computers. Then there's a few of these giants like Back Market, which is all over Europe, and they sometimes have some gaming computers, but nobody that's I don't know, really focusing on them. I think the most important thing, there is nobody doing this at scale, and we noticed that, and we saw that we can do it. So I don't know, it's a good opportunity for us, and we're taking advantage of it as fast as we can.
You know, this is where am I audible? I don't know. Yeah. So this is where I keep telling people that even if your business model, yeah, it's the whole framework, it's model, it's a marketplace, but if you find a niche, you will grow. And that's crucial, to find your niche. It's very crucial. So even if
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
your product is similar to the other guy, you find your niche and then you'll find customers for it. And this is very interesting how you found your customers, the customer survey you did at a metro station. That was so interesting.
Yeah.
So, Viljami, I will let you go now because I promised you till 6:15 your time, which is
Yeah.
5:15 here. So we are already 2 minutes up, but thank you so much for giving your time to us and sharing your knowledge. This is invaluable.
Yeah, no worries. Hey, thank you for having me, and have good luck talking about your accelerator. And I hope you can get
Thank you.
more
Thank you.
companies in the space from Albania.
Yes. Yes. Next time in the next phase, I'm hoping to even get you as a mentor. This time we were late. We could not be reached you after our process was over.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Viljami. So, okay, so I'm the only one now left as a speaker. And to be honest, okay, it looks like I'm speaking to a wall, but then I'm hoping that everybody else is listening. So let's recap for a few of you, but then I will talk about the digital loop accelerator. I will just start sharing my screen. It'll be more of a presentation mode, but I'll be also explaining the concepts. And you may, while I'm still in the presentation, I'll from time to time check if there are comments in between. So I'm okay to take the questions in the middle and not towards the end only. So let's start the my presentation, and I'll share my screen. And we are talking about circular economy. So this, as I was saying, that this program, Digital Loop Accelerator, was envisioned with three mission statements. One is to create entrepreneurship and create more entrepreneurs with revenues in Albania. The second is to increase awareness of circular economy, which is very important. And we will be talking about circular economy right now. And in the next few days, we'll be also holding some seminars inside Albania. But since the Albanian diaspora members do not have the chance to participate in seminars, so we are doing this special session for them, and so I'll be taking your questions very, very seriously. Maybe you'll not have another chance. The third mission statement for us, which we take very seriously, and we would like to have them as part of our startup teams, are Albanian diaspora members. As I said, we want them to come back someday, and at a crucial, just like Viljami said, at one point they decided they want to quit their university, abandon it, and actually jump in full time. So one day, not immediately, but you start working part-time on it, start remotely from US or Europe, wherever you are. And then when the moment arrives, when you see the company is gaining traction, you jump in full time. So we would be loving that moment. That'll fulfill our purpose, but also we would be working very hard with you so that you can reach that point soon, as quickly as possible, so that you can take it as a career option and come back and build a larger business here. But comeback is not really comeback. You could be in between your home base and Albania. So this is circular economy, the generic definition. I'm talking about you eliminate waste, you circulate products, you're refreshing, regenerating nature. Usual definition. Let me not go into the definition. But what I'll be talking about also is that the traditional circular economy definition, when people talk about circular economy, including me last year, when somebody approached me that, okay, can you help us with the circular economy program? I also knew circular economy as some kind of recycling the plastic bottles here, or glass bottles, or recycling tires. These concepts are very popular. But what happens is that the investment needed to develop a plant, let's say a glass bottle recycling plant, or to implement these logistics where the truck will come and this truck will pick up the waste baskets, they will and send to the factory. All this logistics is quite complicated. So we are not looking at, we are a 4-month program starting from the workshops to the end of the mentoring phase and the demo day. So in 4 months, if we want to get startups to start earning revenues, we cannot have too much capital invested, too much technology developed, too much supply chain complications. Just as Viljami was saying, he sold his first computer in a parking garage, a parking lot. We would like that to happen. You start selling, start marketing from day one, and initially it'll be unofficial channels you explore, and then it becomes more and more formalized as you walk along. But the focus should be very clearly on the revenue, on building the revenues, not so much on perfecting everything, building a plant, putting millions of euros of capital in it, and then buying a few trucks or renting out a few trucks. That will, it's just too complicated. It'll yield revenues after 2 years, and then you'll lose motivation, or you'll never even get enough motivation to jump into it full time. So what we want to do is start something which you can jump in, which will start giving you results very quickly. And results are nothing, no sweeter results than customers and revenue. These are the two most sweetest things in a startup. And this is what we want you to achieve. Find your niche, select one of the models that I'll be showing you. And I've already discussed and this one. So basically, these models we are calling as digital loops. So what is when we say what are digital loops? When we study all these startups that have been successful, Prenew falls in this category. We don't have Prenew here, but it's like Swappy. He was talking about Swappy, which focuses only on iPhones. Circuli is another German startup which focuses on iPhones and computers and tablets, but not on gaming computers. Viljami found a niche in gaming computers, and he started that company. So when you see all these startups like Munch, which is into preventing food wastage. Stroll Me is about preventing wastage um, in baby products, in strollers, in baby toys, and so on, baby bicycles, and so on. Montreat is about taking wasted material from the textile industry and fashioning some clothes, some articles, some accessories out of it. So all these fall under 5 different models, which we call digital loops. And by the way, these companies are not only creating social impact by circulating or preventing wastage and circulating the goods for longer periods of time, but also making good amount of money. Let's say Swappy. We were listening about Swappy. It has a revenue of 207 million euros. Vinted, everybody knows it's a unicorn many times over. But also the other companies in Central Eastern Europe, or Balkans soon, but Central Eastern Europe are also making good amount of money. So when you start seeing, okay, what are these companies doing? What kind of magic are these companies doing that is giving them, that it allows them to create social impact, but also earn revenues very quickly. And we realize that they are actually following five different patterns. Now they align along 5 different patterns, which we call digital loops. We'll understand why they're called loops, like they are closing the loop in certain manner. But basically, these are standard business models that they are following. There might be variations. There might be variations in products, in the business model, but they are basically in these 5. So, for example, Montreat is selling used. Sorry, it's as I said, it is fashioning clothes out of wasted textiles, and Munch is let's go and see what Munch is doing. I will open if this allows me. Sorry about that. This now I can. I'm just adjusting my window because this top panel in Zoom, it doesn't go away. It's so irritating. Okay, now it's gone away. So let's see what Munch is doing. What is Munch doing? It is preventing food waste. It signs up with restaurants and it says that, okay, you're a restaurant or you are a supermarket. Instead of, at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m., some of your food products go to waste or they expire. So don't throw them away. Rather, sell them at a discount. So what they do is Munch offers them a platform to restaurants and bakeries and supermarkets to advertise their products. And they say that if you pick up, let's say this product, these many are left from this premium picker and this particular bakery. And if the consumer picks up between 9 p.m. and 11 p.m., they get a discount, heavy discount. Like instead of 7.5 euros, the consumer can pick it up for 3 euros. Similarly, just let me again this. Yeah. Another one. Let's see, Stroll Me, which is renting, and it is also a digital loop, but of the rental category. So what they do is they are telling moms and dads that do not buy a baby product because the baby will grow old very quickly. In 2 years, the baby will grow older, and you will not require strollers, for example. So what they do is they tie up with big brands of products, big brands of these stroller that make strollers. And Bugaboo, for example, or Chico, they tie up. They don't spend too much money on inventory. They just tie up, and their products. This Bugaboo is a brand of strollers, so their products are advertised here, and the consumers come in and check this platform out. And instead of buying it, they rent it for per month. So they pay a monthly fee to this platform, which is called Stroll Me, and a part of this fee goes to Bugaboo, and a part of it is kept by Stroll Me. And this they could do it for 2 years. Let's say for 2 years they have this product and then they return it. So the product gets returned to Bugaboo, and then it is again displayed here for reuse, and then some other customer buys it. So these are like two examples that I showed of digital loops, but there are similar ones. We talked about Prenew already. We saw in detail, but then Vinted and others are individual customers are advertising their used products, and on the other side the consumers are checking them out and buying them. So how does a typical digital loop look? Let's see this. What are the challenges involved? Let's see this. So typically when you have, let's say, the Munch case, and we had Munch in the first webinar 1, and I'll show you very quickly how to go and check their case study out. But let's see their business model or the digital loop, how it looks like. So what Munch does is, and here are other examples also, Too Good To Go and Foodsy. What they tie up with bakeries, restaurants, supermarkets, and they tell them that, okay, if you have a product that is about to expire, advertise on our platform and say that, okay, instead of selling at, let's say, 10 euros, if you pick it up at 9 p.m., it will be at 5 euros. And the consumers then come in. It is the job of the startup to attract the consumers. And when they come in and they check out, they buy it. They pay on the platform, and then they pick it up at the store. And then the delivery happens either, either the store delivers or the consumers themselves pick up. So you have to tackle this challenge. So there are a few challenges that you have to solve in this program when you're implementing a digital loop. One is how to build this technology, how to build this platform. So we have tied up with certain platform companies like Circuli or Twice Commerce or even Shopify. They don't develop this technology platform from scratch. Rather, use these ready-made platforms, customize them, and use them. The bigger challenge that you might want to solve is how do you tie up with all these restaurants? Next, how do you attract maximum number of consumers to check out your platform and make purchases? And the third is how do you handle this delivery, logistics? That's very important. If you remember, I was talking to Viljami about the logistics aspect. How do you deliver? And he was talking that they send an empty box, and the empty box is filled. The computer is kept in the empty box, and then that is sent to Prenew. So you will have your own way of figuring out the logistical challenge, but you have these three challenges to solve: how to sign up these sellers, how to sign up these consumers, and how to figure out the logistics. So focus on these and you will succeed. Don't focus too much on technology, focus on these. So let me just quickly look at the program, what it is. It's a 4-month duration program. And we are conducting these webinars and seminars, especially because we want you to come up with your own ideas, but not before you listen to the ideas that we are presenting to you. Today's case study with Prenew was one of the case studies one of the ideas that we are saying, okay, if you want to think about a circular economy startup, you could take Prenew's example and come in, do something similar, different, choose your niche, like in baby products. So some companies are selling strollers, some companies are renting strollers, some companies are renting clothes, some companies are toys. So choose your niche and then start running with it. So here, when you attend the webinars and seminars, you get an idea, okay, what is required? Like what kind of idea will be great? And you submit that idea. It could be one of these standard ideas, like the 5 standard platforms, but we would love you to be original. You can come up with an interesting idea out of those 5 ideas and then apply. Once 10 startup teams are selected. So apply as in you apply as a startup team, not as a startup. If you have an existing startup, no problem. We'll figure out a way of having another company or using the same company to launch another product or something. We'll figure that out. However, what is important is that you apply as a team. We are interested in actually the people behind the startup, not the startup legal entity, but who is in the team, how qualified they are, how, and so on. And what's your plan like? What's your idea? Do you have an idea about the market size, the customers? Would they be interested in it? And so these are the things you present to us, and we'll select the top 10, and then we take them through this program. When 10 in the first 2 months, this is 8 weeks, 8+ weeks. In the first 8 weeks, we will very much focus on developing that you are developing your technology quickly, using some standard platforms, develop your technology quickly, and start acquiring customers. When I said customers, both the sellers, consumers, like start acquiring consumers, customers, and start figuring out how to solve the problem with the logistics, with the payment, and so on. And we will help you reach those goals by assigning certain Albanian mentors and international mentors. And both these categories are entrepreneurs themselves. They have to be entrepreneurs. So they will help you figure out day-to-day challenges, because it's all about, the program is not about building unique technology or very crazy idea that has not been thought by somebody. It's about solving day-to-day problems. And the entrepreneurs, these 6 to 7 Albanian entrepreneurs plus 5 international entrepreneurs who are associated. The international entrepreneurs are circular economy experts. they're like Prenew. Like people, Munch, for example, is on board. Montreat is on board, and so on. Twice Commerce is one circular economy startup, so there he's on board. So these people will be guiding you on, on solving these challenges. And here, our midpoint will say, okay, how many customers did you have? Do you have what does your platform look like? Your marketplace look like, or your e-commerce, or whatever? Your website application, how does that look like? How many items are you on display or something? How many consumers are visiting? So those metrics become important, because that's a direct sign that by the time you reach here, you will have revenues, because we want you to earn revenues within this period. And so we'll do everything possible in our hand to make sure that you reach this target of earning revenues very quickly, within a few months, within 2 or 3 months. So at this midpoint, all those people who are top performers, the 5 startups that are top performers, they are given the second tranche of grant money. So first tranche is 9,000 euros. The second tranche is 18,000 euros. And then at the end of the program, there will be a revaluation. And then the top 3 prizes will be distributed on demo day. The first one is 20,000, next 15,000, and then last one is 10,000. So overall, you have a chance of winning 47,000 euros. It's a transparent program, and we'll be deciding very strictly on the metrics you are able to achieve and how quickly you're able to build the revenues and acquire customers. And we'll be very focused on that. So when you submit an idea, please do also think, okay, can I acquire customers fast enough? Can I sell what will be my revenues? And so on. So we'll be taking all that into account. So very quickly, I will show you going back to here. Let me just show you the digital loop. How do you find the previous webinars? So here are all the webinar recordings from the previous one. So if you want to research more into what is Munch doing, you just watch. Oh, sorry, not this one. This will take you to the complete webinar. You just click here, it will take you to Munch, the case study of Munch. So like similar to the today Prenew case study, we had case studies recorded of all these different startups. So you can go and check out those startups. And today's webinar will also be uploaded here. And if you click here, it will take you to the appropriate case study. If you want to know more about the digital loops, you can also check here. Here, digital loops. And when you click on these links, it will take you to the example. These are descriptions of the digital loops. You can check this thing and go to these. If you click this Bundly, for example, it will take you to the website of the Bundly. So you can check out. After starting the website, you will get an idea, okay, what is Bundly doing? What is Plenty doing? And so on. But if you want more information, also, you have a resource, easy resource. You can go here. What are digital loops? So you can download this presentation. So you don't have to ask me, you can download this presentation and it will give you clear idea of what digital loops are. The presentation that I was showing to you currently, it's here. You click here, you will get that. Here are the detailed guidelines. How much is grant money? What can you spend the grant money on? All is mentioned here. What will be the metrics like? It's not fully like finalized, but it will. The documents will give you an idea. So coming back to the presentation, lastly, last step, how do you apply? Attending seminars, webinars is important, but I know you cannot attend seminars because you are sitting abroad probably. So attend these, understand the concept. If you have doubts, go to those documents that I showed you or ask us questions. Please write to me if you have questions. Probably you've connected with me on LinkedIn. Set up a team of at least 2 people. This is important. You have a team of 2 people at least. Now you're sitting in let's say Germany. In Europe, you are not planning to come to Albania soon, like return full time. You can travel, but you cannot settle there right now. So hire somebody who's in Albania and who can do the running around, because you can handle marketing remotely, you can handle some tasks remotely, but you cannot handle sales. When you are tying up with restaurants, when you're tying up with big brands, distributors, you cannot do that remotely. You have to be, so somebody has to manage your sales process where you are pitching to the distributors or brand owners, like let's say Bugaboo when I was showing. So Bugaboo like kind of, or Chico kind of brand, the representatives in Albania, if you have to sell the concept to them, you need somebody on the ground. So that person, at least one person you should have on the ground. And then you select the digital loop, design your own, and so on, and think of a plan and submit your application. So I will stop here and start taking your questions. There are 2 questions in the chat. Okay, Travel Connect, thank you. What are the priorities of Digital Loop 6? So, so I'll read it for the benefit of other people in case they are not able to see. So Lorena is asking, greetings from travelconnect.al team. Mr. Vikas, what are the priorities of Digital Loop 6? So Digital Loop 6, there is no priority if you have a unique idea which is similar to the digital loops, but it is slightly different. You can present that. Because you'll get certain extra points for innovativeness, but we'll value your creative thinking. But if it's not workable or it's unworkable, we'll revert to your digital, like another digital loop or something. But what you might want to do is do a combination of the digital loop 1 to 5. You can have your own niche. You can say, this is the usually what happens in the world, but I have a different idea. Or these are the typical digital loops, but my idea will be different. It will not follow any of these, but it still has a potential to acquire customers fast and grow revenues fast. So this is my idea. So you can actually present your own idea as long as you're saying that it is doing circular economy. Second, it can grow, it can attract customers. Like, you don't keep developing technology for the next 4 months, because then it's not useful. So what we don't want to do is that digital loop 6, in digital loop 6, you are developing technology for 1 year. That's not the idea. Technology should be fast, and the idea should be, like, you think that there is customer demand, the focus should go on to the implementation, like execution, getting customers, consumers, sales, and so on. So that should be the focus. So I'm hoping I answered that. Thank you. Platforms. Okay. So Lorena says, right, thank you very much. We work with platforms. Great. Thank you, Lorena. So again, I seem to have a bias for platforms, but not necessarily. If you present an idea which has the potential to develop technology quickly, to even if the MVP is not fully developed, but it's an MVP that so that the customer can use it, and you can acquire some customers. The customers start buying your product. Please just present that idea, because we do not want you to keep developing technology forever. We want you to earn revenues. So I'm waiting for other questions. I'm hoping that I was not too fast. So I'm not seeing any more questions. I will end it here. And I'm hoping that if you have more questions, please reach out. We are interested in having at least 1, maybe 2, even 3 diaspora teams. When I say diaspora teams, it's like 1 member is from the diaspora, 1 or 2 people are from here in Albania. I'm sitting in Albania right now. because our workshops will be in Albania, our mentoring with the Albanian mentors, one-on-one mentoring will be face-to-face here. So a lot of action will be happening here. So, but if you can travel and then go back, and when your startup starts picking up, you decide, okay, this is the right moment to come back full time. Okay, great. But we won't enforce it from the day one. Okay, yeah. So Lorena asked this question, and I promised to answer this. Are Albanian language documents eligible? So this program will be in English. We don't want you to present plenty of documents. We just want you to present a plan, a brief plan, the description about your startup. We don't want your legal documents from the startup. We don't want it. The legal documents will be in Albanian language, but your plan, your team, description of the team, why do you think there is customer demand? Anything, any information, you may use Google Translate and write it in the space provided, and not much text. We're not expecting you to send us too many documents. We don't expect too much documentation. Documentation will be done when the program starts, when the companies are set up. There'll be documentation, definitely. So with that, I end the webinar here. I am hoping to see some of you in the seminars in the coming days. But for those people who cannot join these seminars, please reach out one-on-one and I will answer your questions. Okay, then bye-bye from me, and see you soon in the batch, in the cohort.